Hey, what's up, Liam? Love you, buddy. Let's see, today's Wednesday, November 8th. Today's Daddy's birthday. Um, yeah, man, just another little milestone and shit. Again, I don't even know how to freaking articulate really what's going on in my head, but just the loss is crazy. It's fucking crazy. Again, I woke up this morning and forced myself to click the thing to hear Mommy sing Itsy Bitsy to You. A friend of ours got. That's how I start my day. Just straight into the pain. Not avoiding it, and just got back from the gym. And today I was kind of thinking, or being told, I guess, I don't know, kind of the word that came to me was, it's kind of like with the infertility, is once we didn't need it to work out, it worked out. And what do I mean by that? It's like if you need it, if you absolutely need it in order for you to be okay, then you're not ready for it. So, like with infertility or the adoption, whatever, like once we were not accepting it, but once we were okay in our hearts, like we were trusting God and like, hey, look, this is the desire of our heart, but if this doesn't come, we're not going to be shattered and destroyed and crying and throwing ourselves down. But in the beginning, it kind of was like that. It was very emotional. It was very devastating when the embryos fertilize, and then when it moved past certain stages in the blastocyst phase or whatever it's called. But once and this took a long time, like once we, in our hearts, were okay with that. Obviously, this is the desire of our heart, but once we were okay with that, then we were ready for it. It's not weird, it's just the way that it works. You gotta be emotionally, spiritually, physically, like that's when you're ready. Like that's when you're mature enough for it, is when you don't need it. And like today I'm like, I gotta be okay. I gotta be solid with me, without getting and without having the things in my life that to me are everything. And that loss of like being married to somebody for 20 years and like actually loving somebody, having that and experiencing that, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that experience, that I have this loss right now. And as a man, I'm gonna have to be okay with things being taken away from me that are important to me. Like there's power in being able to do without. There's weakness in not getting your way and kicking and screaming and crying about it, and then compromising your character and not doing the things that you need to do as a man, and as a father. And during this process, I'm trying to figure out, or I'm working through, like, who I am, like the character, integrity, the habits that I have and I exhibit regardless of external events, etc. This is obviously the most devastating, intense, challenging test that, it's one of the most that somebody can go through from a grief standpoint, I'm sure. Again, I'm sure you can concoct some gnarlier version of this, and I'm I'm sure people have gone through gnarlier and done it better than me, but you know, like, just going back to this is like, what is this? What is something that I can learn and grow from through something this gnarly? Like, so one of the things that could be a learning experience is, how do I have something of this magnitude, how to have that taken away from you and you'd be okay? You know? Like, I worry, not worry, but like some of the stuff that is going through my head is like, you know, like the forever alone meme. It's like, fuck, like my best friend, you know, my better half, part of me, side by side, like, dude, she was so loyal, so good, man, and that's gone. You know, I'm not gonna have that for the rest of my life. Like, fuck, like, that's an important thing to have, you know, companionship and, you know, love, and somebody to share stuff with you, like, on that level. You know, obviously I have you, so I'm not alone. And having you as my son is, like I said, God knew that I needed you, and I'm just grateful for that. Very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for you, man. I love our time together. It's my life. It's my day. It's what my whole schedule is around, and I'm good with that. Like, I'm grateful for that, and I fucking love it. And I purposely, like, if I have stuff to do, I purposely dip back so that I can come grab you if somebody's watching you, like, sooner, so that I don't want you away from me that long. Like, I don't like it, you know. But yeah, like, some of the stuff that I'm worrying about is like long term. It's like the whole forever alone thing, the companionship thing. And the word of wisdom that I got was to use the fertility journey and experience that we went through. It's like, that chapter will come when I don't need that, when I'm not worried about it. And I thought that was interesting. And again, to take everything back to even more fundamental than that is, I'm gonna have to be who I am regardless of any of this shit. If I lost my health, if I lost you, if I lost my job, if I lost this house, if I lost everything I fucking have, and it's just me fucking with the clothes on my back, who am I then? You know, I've got to be good with myself and solid in that, you know, whittle everything down to that. Like, and I know that's extreme, and I know that's like hard for fucking myself to wrap my head around that. But from a principles and perspective standpoint, it's got to be like that. And if I make it like that, then I'll be able to weather this, and I'll be able to weather anything that comes at me. Any fear, depression, anxiety, any weird like emotions that or thoughts that show up in my head, I'll be able to, you know, acknowledge them, process whatever, but respond accordingly. Yeah, we're gonna be good, man. Regardless of all this fucked up shit that we're going through, we're gonna be good in spite of it. You know, and I know mommy's over there. Aunt Renee had a dope ass dream the first day that she was here. I'm not sure if I already said this, but talking about the IVF stuff. And Aunt Renee doesn't have dreams like this, and she was shook. She actually, my mom, Grandma Carla, was like, hey, do I need to call 911? Because that was like the look on her face. Like she looked like she like I don't know, having a stroke or a heart attack or something. It was gnarly. That's how intense this dream was. But mommy came to her in a dream through these like woods, and she said she looked absolutely beautiful, radiant, and came through the woods. So there was some woods in this lake, and there was a bunch of kids, different ages, and she had her arms out, and she's like, you can call me mama, to those kids. And after Renee told me the dream that she had, I asked her, like, how many, like 5, 100, like 50, how many kids? And she's like, maybe about 40, different ages though. And what's interesting is the 3 different IVF cycles we went through, there would, my guesstimate is about 45 fertilized embryos. And that was one thing that Kaylin and I were talking about was, she's no longer here in this physical, but she's in heaven and non-physical. But all those fertilized embryos are over there, right? So she's taking care of your brothers and sisters, dude. And what's fucking dope is that Aunt Renee got to see that and get a vision of that. It just warmed my heart, made me cry, but in a beautiful way. So yeah, just know that you have a bunch of brothers and sisters. Mommy's over there taking care of them like the angel that she is. And it was just so dope that Aunt Renee got that vision. And then again, after she was done, I asked her, and then I told her what Kaylin and I had talked about, the IVF stuff. And then the look on Aunt Renee's face was like she saw a ghost again. But yeah, just your mommy was so powerful here. She's more powerful outside of this 3D physical limitation. And I love you so much, buddy.